What's good, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Rick Johnson, and today is going to be a little bit of a different video than what I normally do, but I want to talk about fighting games. Honestly, one of my favorite genres of gaming and my favorite genre of competitive video games. I love fighting games, but honestly, it's one of the games I play the least nowadays. I grew up playing a lot of games like Tekken 5, Tekken 6, a little bit of Street Fighter 4, and a lot of the arcadey arena fighters like Dragon Ball, Budokai, Tenkaichi, and a lot of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. But ever since I've gotten a lot older, I fell off of fighting games. And today I want to make this video to just convince more people and myself as well to get in the fighting games or to get back into it, because right now is a great time to be a fighting game fan because there are so many good games on the horizon, and I just want to talk about them, get my opinion out there, and maybe suggest some games that you guys could play to get ready for these new games that are coming out. You heard about the fighting games that are coming out within this year or the next year, and maybe one of them might come out the year after that. To be honest, we have no idea, but those games are Street Fighter 6 coming out next month, or I guess in a month, not next month, because it's April, and the end of April when this is being recorded, April 30th 2023, and Street Fighter 6 comes out June 2nd 2023, which is like, man, it's like a little bit over a month, like 2 days over a month, so basically a month. Tekken 8, which should be coming out at the beginning of next year, maybe February, March is what I'm thinking. And then MK12, which was leaked slash rumored to be announced to come out sometime this year, but we haven't heard anything else about that besides that one leak. And Project L, which is probably the most anticipated fighting game. I mean, honestly, I am really anticipating this game, and I know a lot of other FGC people are, as well as League of Legends players. So we'll see what that game entails, but I just want to talk about those games right now, maybe tell you some games that you can play to get ready for those games, and I just want to talk about my excitement for these games coming out. I hope you guys are ready to sit through and go through this ride with me. I want to talk about these games from back to front, and what I mean by that is I want to talk about the game that is coming out the furthest first, all the way to the game that is coming out next month, which is Street Fighter 6. So to get started, we are going to start talking about Project L, the League of Legends fighting game. Now, if you haven't heard, League of Legends is, or should I say Riot, is making a fighting game being spearheaded by two big FGC guys, and it should have the potential to be one of the best fighting games done if it's done right, you know. But with the people that are in charge, or people that are developing the game, which are a lot of fighting game fans and a lot of people that enjoy fighting games, the game has a lot of promise of being a game that is going to be potentially the best FGC out there, or maybe the one that's going to save fighting games, or what a lot of people are saying about it. And honestly, I don't know how I feel if it's gonna save fighting games, but I think it has the biggest chance to impact the FGC out of all the games on that list. Yes, I said of all the games, I said earlier, Project L has the biggest chance to impact the FGC. By what I mean by that is that this game is going to be huge. I mean, absolutely huge, because of the fact that it has a chance to pull from a game like League of Legends, which is the most watched esports. I'm pretty sure it's the most watched esports across the world, and probably has one of the highest player counts across the world, and is being made by one of the most competent developers, I want to say, when it comes to making a competitive game, and when it comes to making a game that people just tend to love. They have their hands in a lot of genres. They have their hands in card games with Legends of Runeterra. I'm pretty sure Riot does that game as well, which is very, very big, and it's very, very good from what I've heard. It is in charge of League of Legends, which we've talked about, which has an endless roster of characters, which has been relevant for over a decade now, and has been an amazing game from, I don't know about start to finish, because I have not really played a lot of League of Legends, to be honest with you, but I know it's been relevant from start to finish just about. And has also made Valorant, which I put a lot of time in, which is an FPS, and that has been extremely relevant since its release. Like, let's be honest, people still play this game every day. This is the new Valorant, is the new casual game to play on your computer. Most people with a computer have Valorant installed. Let's be honest, if you're a gamer, you probably have Valorant installed, or you've played it before. but this just Riot has a great track record of making a good game, and this is the thing that so many people are excited for, because Riot has shown that they can do it in multiple genres. So when it comes to the fighting games, people are having high hopes, and they've shown a lot, and they have begun to talk a lot about the game. Well, should I say, like, in snippets. They'll pop up for like a month and be like, hi, hello, we exist, okay, goodbye. Don't forget about the game immediately, because if you remember the game, you're gonna be like, oh, when are we getting this? You'll be looking every day for new news, but it never comes out. No new news except for when they want it to come out, you know. But the game is looking like it's gonna be pretty crazy. It's a tag fighter 2v2 as far as we know so far, and it has like so many characters it can pull from with the League of Legends roster. And with the League of Legends roster being so vast, there's so many players that play League of Legends that are going to be curious to try Project L. That's millions and millions and millions of people that play League of Legends. Even if we get 10% of that, 10% of that amount of people to come and try Project L, that is amazing. And it's going to be free to play at that. So at least I know we're going to get way more than 10% of those people to try Project L, because of the fact that it is free to play. And it being free to play, which is a model we have seen been done before with multiverses. Now, we do not have to talk about how that game turned out, but we got to talk about the way it started with one of the biggest launches on Steam to date. As the one, like, I think it was 143,000 people all were playing at once. It peaked at, which is absolutely insane. Now imagine the numbers that Project L is going to do with the anticipation of the FGC already, which is hundreds of thousands of people, and the anticipation of the people that already play Riot's games. This is going to be absolutely insane how many people are going to be drawn to this game and want to play it and just check it out and like just do so much content on it. The FGC has a chance to explode here. Alright, so I did say I would make an attempt at saying some games that you guys could try and play to get ready for these games. And we're going to start off with Project L. Now, take this with a grain of salt, because we don't know that much about Project L, and I had not played the game, let's be honest. I'm just a random guy that makes videos on YouTube. I don't even have 100 subscribers. Why the hell would I have touched Project L? Let's be honest. Yeah, another thing, yeah, don't take these too much to heart, because I'm not a crazy fighting game gamer either, but I'm just someone that really enjoys the genre. So I think I can give out some good advice here. So far what we know about Project L is it's a tag fighter, which is a 2v2 based game. So there's going to be two people on the same team, and you got to eliminate both players in order to win. So no Tekken tag scenario where if you kill one player on one side, you just win the fight, which is honestly kind of annoying to me. I like that you got to get rid of both, but I'm thinking this is going to be more of an anime fighter. So the games you might want to check out are going to be Dragon Ball FighterZ and Guilty Gear Strive. Now, the reason I say these two games is because, like I said, I think this Project L game is going to be more of an anime fighter, because I'm pretty sure it has air dashes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in the footage we've seen some air dashes. And with it being 2v2 with a tag function, a lot of anime fighters tend to have tag functions and be more than one player out there. The reason I say these two games and not a game like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is because FighterZ and Guilty Gear Strive, you'll have a much easier time with finding players. Now FighterZ is a iffy one because of the netcode. It could be a little iffy at times, and Strive is iffy as well because the way the matchmaking works is kind of weird. I mean, they're both ArcSys games, so I don't know what you want from me there. They just both play kind of funky. I mean, they don't play funky, but the online's kind of funky. But besides the point, I think those two games are going to be the best ones that give you a chance to get ready for a game like Project L. And Guilty Gear probably is going to have similar defense mechanics, you know, with a burst. I expect a burst option to be in the game, and like the get off me tool. And like in FighterZ, I think there's a pushback block like the reflect on FighterZ. So those are two games you might want to check out. FighterZ and Guilty Gear do both go on sale a lot, so you could probably pick those games up sometime this year easily if you want to get into those to get ready for Project L. Another game that is like very I don't know, maybe you can play this, is Skullgirls. Now this game is super niche, but it looks super cool. I haven't played it. I've been wanting to get into this game, so I've been thinking about getting it, but it's a 3v3 battler. It's super fast paced, super crazy, so those two games might get you ready for Project L. And another good game that I could throw in the hat is DNF Duel, because it has the simplified inputs that has been confirmed. Project L is going to have those simplified inputs as well. They're not going to have the quarter circles and the quarter circle forwards or backs, so it's going to be a lot easier for people to get into or get the hang of the special moves in that game without the motion controls. So, but DNF Duel is an absolute dead game, so I would not recommend getting that. But that's a different story. But those are just my recommendations for if you want to get into Project L. Let's move on to the next game. All right, so next we're going to talk about MK12. Now, I know that I did say we're going to talk about these games back to front, but honestly, we don't know when MK12 is coming out. Besides that shareholders leak that said the game was going to come out potentially early, not early, but potentially sometime this year. We've heard no other announcements besides that one, and that was a leak, not really an announcement, to be honest with you. But my guess is this game is going to come out Q4 of this year, a little bit towards November, maybe October, late October, because of the fact that, you know, they want to capitalize on holidays coming up and things like that. I think that is the best bet for that. Plus, we haven't heard anything else, and I think they like to announce, they're going to announce their game when it's close to its release, so it can be like kind of big, like, whoa, and it's about to come out in 3 months. That's insane, you know, not like what Tekken and Street Fighter did, where they announced it super early on and did all these character trailers. But I mean, MK12 is pretty simple when it comes to the games that you should play in order to get ready for it, which are going to be MK11, Injustice 2, and maybe even MK10 if they return back to that format, like a lot of the players are hoping that they do, and a lot of lovers of the Mortal Kombat franchise are hoping they do as well. But honestly, I don't know a lot about the Mortal Kombat games, but I know NRS games tend to kind of be similar. I mean, Injustice and Mortal Kombat play a little similarly, and the battle systems are a little similar. I'm not saying they're exactly the same, but you could play those two games and be honestly pretty comfortable going into 12 is what I'm assuming, unless they do a whole crazy change and they go back to 3D Mortal Kombat or playing Armageddon and Deadly Alliance again. I highly doubt that's going to happen, but you know, anything can happen. We don't know nothing about this game. So, I mean, that's just my 2 cents in this Mortal Kombat 12. There's not much to talk about here since there's not much that we know. We can all anticipate, but honestly, it's all just speculation. That's all I have on MK12. Let's get right into the next game. All right, so the next game we're going to talk about here is Tekken 8. Now, Tekken 8 is probably coming out early next year, around February or around this time next year. Don't expect it to come out at all this year, to be honest with you, because at the rate they're releasing character trailers, they're saying they're going to have a lot of characters. So they have been releasing character trailers a lot lately, but I doubt they've done half the cash yet. So buckle in for that, because there's a lot of content that they're releasing on the game for you to enjoy if you're looking forward to the game coming out. But because of the Tekken World Tour, they said at the earlier this year that this whole year was going to be Tekken 7, which probably means Tekken 8 isn't coming out this year. So don't hold on hope for Tekken 8 this year, to be honest with you. But that does not mean you can't get ready for it. I mean, Tekken 7 and the Tekken series as a whole is a big legacy game, which means a lot of the moves that the characters can do transfer over from game to game. And if you get the grasp of a character on one game, they're not going to be all that different in the next game, like games with Street Fighter, you know? So as long as you understand the character somewhat in Tekken 7, you're going to still understand them just about that same amount in Tekken 8. Now, the thing is, you might be worried about that is, why would I get into Tekken? Because when Tekken I start playing, everyone's just going to be better than me because they played Tekken before me. Wrong, because there's always new players coming in, and there's always players at your skill level. I mean, I'm not that great at the game, and I get in and I can still play and beat people around my skill level or lose to people that are around my skill level. So, I mean, that's easy for me to say because I've been playing the game for a while, but I was smacking buttons up, and I was just smacking my controller up until recently, let's be honest. But Tekken 7 is a great game to play. You know, the last Tekken game before the next Tekken game comes out was always a great game to play because, like I said, the legacy with it. Now, you don't have to be completely worried about that legacy because Tekken 8 is going to introduce a big new system called the Heat system, which plans to change the way Tekken is played a lot. I mean, we've seen some footage of the game and how it's looking. The Heat system looks absolutely insane. These characters are going in heat and going crazy. So that should just get you hype. I mean, playing Tekken 8 should be completely fine if you're brand new because of the new systems that are added onto the game that are going to change the characters ever so slightly. I mean, the only people you really have to be worried about are people at the tippy top, and they should be sent to the tippy top pretty soon. So when you at the little Timmy, you at the bottom, little Timmy should not be worried about fighting someone that's crazy like me or something, or little Majin. You will not run into those people because you're going to be at the beginning, and there is matchmaking that will put you against people that are at your level. So yeah, pick up Tekken 7 if you want to. That game does go on sale a lot. A lot of these fighting games go on sale a lot. Just about almost every big sale, at least on Steam, for sure, it goes on sale a whole bunch. And playing on PC is actually pretty nice, especially for the fighting community. It's pretty useful because you can get Ethernet. You run in a lot of more Ethernet cable connections, and the online seems to be a little bit more stable, and it's a lot easier to get games going through PC. That's just in my opinion. But yeah, Tekken 8 is just looking like to do a whole new switch up on the Tekken system with this heat system and kind of shake up the legacy of Tekken as a whole. So yeah, pick up Tekken 7 if you want to get ready for Tekken 8. I totally think people should do that. I'm hoping to get back into Tekken 7 towards the later half of this year because I want to be ready and warm for Tekken 8. But right now I got to get warm for Street Fighter 6, and that's going to be the next game we talk about. Last and most certainly not least is Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6. Now, I did play this game. I did get to play the open or the closed beta, my fault. I did play the closed beta, and now everyone should be able to play it now because the demo is available right now, and it's been available for a couple of days now, and everyone should be able to check it out, play the tutorial, play the training mode, and see if this is a game for you. You even have to play Street Fighter 5 if you really don't want to see if you like the game or to get ready for it, even though Street Fighter 5 is on sale right now for like $5. So like you most definitely should get that if you're thinking about getting Street Fighter 6. It'll get you ready for Street Fighter 5 the most. Or if you got a homie that can come over to your crib and y'all can play Street Fighter 6 demo, only 2 characters, Ryu and Luke, I think y'all can 1v1 against each other. Y'all can just do that the whole time if you want to, honestly. And there's a tutorial mode with Ryu and Street Fighter 6 that kind of lets you mess around like a training mode. I think it's if you use the ultimate tutorial, you can do that. That also works as well. So, but Street Fighter 6 is coming out next month, and so many people are excited for it. I mean, honestly, you should be excited for it because there's going to be so much content in this game. Is absolutely insane. You do not need to be a hardcore fighting game fan to want to play this game. Like, you really don't, because there's a whole story mode where you get to create your own person and traverse the world of Street Fighter and get new masters such as Chun-Li, Ryu, learn their attacks, run around the world of Street Fighter, get in street battles. You can even fight with your created characters against other created characters that people made at the Battle Hub. There is so much to do for Street Fighter 6. This is looking to be the biggest and the best Street Fighter to date. And honestly, I'm willing to say it's going to be. I mean, just think about it. Street Fighter 2 right now, I think, is the biggest Street Fighter ever. Street Fighter 6 is easily going to surpass that. Yeah, I'm going to say easily because, I mean, so many people are looking forward to Street Fighter 6. I think everyone in the FGC is looking at Street Fighter 6 right now because they're doing everything right. They got the single player content to bring in the casuals. They got the competitive ranked mode that is looking beautiful right at the start to bring in the hardcore gamers. And they got so many slices of quality of life that just make the game that much better. The lab, the training mode is fleshed out like insane. It is so fleshed out. There's options to make it to where the dummy you're fighting against can jump in on you automatically. There's options. There's a big frame data bar at the bottom that you can watch to see how your moves work the whole time you're playing. There is just so much to do in this game. It is absolutely exciting. I don't know what you're doing if you're not excited for Street Fighter 6 or if you're not getting Street Fighter 6. It's just looking to be like an absolutely amazing fighting game. It's just looking to be so good. And like I said earlier, if you want to get ready for Street Fighter 6, go ahead and play Street Fighter 5. I mean, that's what I'm gonna do. This next month, I'm gonna be playing Street Fighter 5 consistently, hopefully. Consistently every week for like 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours a week, and just try and get good at Street Fighter 5, or get as good as I can get until Street Fighter 6 comes out. And if you're interested, I'm over there on Twitch at Brick Johnson TV, come through for your boy real quick. But that's besides the point. Street Fighter 6 is looking like a great game. There's so many options to get ready for the game, and honestly, this is a game you can wait on to come out. I mean, it comes out in a month, Street Fighter 5 is on sale. If you're that excited for Street Fighter 6, it is on sale. If you want to just hop in and start playing against people, the demo is available. You do not need to buy Street Fighter 5 to get ready for Street Fighter 6. You don't. I mean, it is only $5, but the demo of Street Fighter 6 is out, like I've said like 100 times. But this is a game that you can wait for, and it will tell you everything you need to know once you get into it. That is the beauty of this game. That is what it's looking like right now, because that is the main problem with fighting games, is that it sucks. They usually suck at explaining things to people that play the game or the new players that come in. Street Fighter 6 is looking to fix that. So if you really want to get into the FGC and you really want to start getting into fighting games, Street Fighter 6 is the game to look forward to. I promise you. I promise you. And I mean, that's just obvious. That's all I can say about Street Fighter 6. I'm obviously excited for it. Used to be excited for it. Come through to me on Twitch. Stay tuned on YouTube. A lot of content's coming out on that game. A lot of it. And yeah, let's get into it in this video. Now, I was going to end this video, but there's one more game I want to talk about. One more. Because I am super duper ultra excited for this game. And that's the new Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi game coming out, or in Japan, Dragon Ball Sparking. This game has the potential to be absolutely amazing, but we know nothing about it. Nothing at all. It's kind of like the MK12 treatment. But this isn't really a game you can get ready for. This is a game I wanted to touch on and say I'm really excited for it, and I'm obviously going to be making videos on that when it comes out. But I love Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is like one of my favorite things ever in the world. Or should I say Dragon Ball in general, not just Dragon Ball Z. I apologize for that. But yeah, it's just a game that is very exciting to look forward to. I mean, Dragon Ball has been on a roll with great games lately. I might have lied there. Dragon Ball The Breakers does exist. But besides that, Dragon Ball Sparking is just amazing. I mean, the arena fighter genre has the chance to be very competitive as well, but I highly doubt Dragon Ball, the new Dragon Ball game, is going to be competitive at all. I mean, let's be honest, arena fighters usually aren't that competitive, but I doubt this one's going to be a competitive one. Now people are going to make it competitive, that is no doubt. I mean, Storm had a competitive scene, and that was super sick. Storm actually had the ability to be competitive. Now Xenoverse 2 does not have the ability to be competitive. If you want to talk about arena game versus arena games, Xenoverse 2 is something that cannot be competitive. But I just wanted to touch on Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. I just want to talk about the fact that it isn't coming out, and I just want to say that I was excited for it, and that this is something you should look at if you haven't heard about it. That's going to be it for the video here. This is just some closing thoughts. I just want to say I'm super excited. I hope you're super excited for fighting games, because I am. And I hope maybe this video convinced someone to get back into fighting games, or convince someone to give fighting games a chance. My Discord has been going off the whole time in the background. If it comes through in the video, I don't know, my bad. But I just want to say I'm excited. I really am. And I hope that some more of my friends try fighting games out, and I can have a blast with them. And I hope I make friends playing fighting games. I hope I see some of you guys playing fighting games. I hope I see some of you guys down in the comments. I hope I see some of you guys in my chat on Twitch. I hope we get to play games with some of you guys. And that's just it. That's all I want to say. I'm just super excited, and that's it for this video. I said that's it like 4 times. I don't know how to end the video. That's it. Yeah. See ya.